scientific journaling. I don't really know what that is because like a couple days ago we were planning for Simon the Scientist because we were kind of stumped because before we were going to do a different topic. We might do it another time sometime. But we decided that the place to get it was like really far, so we did something that I in fact do basically every morning.
Well, what is it that you do every morning?
I draw a lot. So scientific journaling is finding objects, sketching them, and finding information about them, and making notes.
What can go into a scientific journal?
Well, like objects.
Like you sketch things, you said.
Yeah, and then like ask questions, notice patterns.
Yeah. Who uses scientific journals?
Well, a lot of scientists. And I have no idea because I never really studied history, but Einstein probably did.
Einstein did for sure. So did Da Vinci, who was a great inventor and artist.
Yeah, if he wasn't a great artist, then how would he come up with the designs for his crazy inventions?
Yeah, art and science are fully connected.
You know, like design process.
Exactly. Simon, you know what STEM stands for?
Science, technology, engineering, math. But there's also something else called STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
That's right. They're all connected. All right. I have a joke for you, Simon. You want to hear a joke?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I lost my page of jokes. Oh, you got them.
Here you go, mother.
Okay, Simon. What did one artist say to the other artist?
What?
I challenge you to a doodle.
I don't get it.
You don't get it? Come on. Like a duel, you know, with swords? I challenge you to a duel, but instead it's a doodle. No? No go?
Oh, I get it.
Are you sure you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. So folks, if you have some jokes that Simon might like better than my stale joke that he did not love so much,
Gotcha.
let us know. I have one more. Do you want to know it now?
Yeah.
What do you call a painting of an animal?
I think I might have heard this on the flyer, but I don't know.
A portrait.
You know a portrait?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't a portrait of the thing you draw on?
No, the portrait is like of a person usually, but if it's of an animal, it would be a portrait.
Yeah.
All right, one last one. What do pirates like to do best in their free time?
Art.
Yeah, you got it. There we go. All right, so you're going to showcase an example of how to do a scientific journal.
So this is just going to be of a random thing.
So I picked you some objects to draw.
But the objects that we picked are some things we're going to spend time on.
That's right. So
But I'm going to do an example. I'll draw this pencil with the pencil.
oh my goodness. Well, let's do these objects that I picked you from nature. We're going to go something simple, then something medium, and then something really complex.
I think I know what you want to say.
All right, so check this out. I just went into our yard and I wanted to look at something closely and what was interesting. And I thought this looked very interesting. So Simon, you can start your scientific journal by sketching it. And if anyone at home wants to sketch this too, please join in. You can also find your own object to sketch. Simon, why do you like art so much? I don't want to bother you while you're drawing.
Huh?
I don't want to bother you while you're drawing. So folks, you can draw the object as well, or you can pick your own object to draw and begin your own scientific journal.
You can hear in the background that's a lot of my sister playing Peppa Pig.
Yeah, she's having a good time. Okay, are you almost finished your drawing, or are you going to spend a little bit more time getting in all the details? Here, you can look at it closely and get in lots of details.
Bond, don't you even think about eating what's on the table?
Bond is definitely thinking about eating what's on the table.
Well, we should have said that because I gave him the idea.
Yeah.
But, thank you. Okay, I guess I'm done.
He is a science dog anyway.
Except he uses his ingenious for evil.
He does. Okay, can I see your drawing? So a drawing is only part of a scientific journal. This is very good. Check that out. I can see that you've got some of the pieces of what I gave you, and you even have some of the spiky parts too. So do you know what I gave you to draw? Do you know what this is?
Well, I guess that's like this type of weed.
Yeah. Do you know what from? This is actually a leaf from a dandelion plant.
Yeah, leaf?
Yeah, because dandelions have leaves at the bottom. Isn't that pretty cool? We've got some friends saying hi to you.
What's up?
All right. So do you know any parts that you can label here? What?
Anything? Okay, but
Can you label any part of this, or are you unsure what the labels might be?
so this is the stem, not the acronym,
Right, an actual stem.
but the plant stem.
Yeah.
Like the actual leaf part.
Yeah. Cool. Are there any parts of this that you have, what else, or what's interesting that you noticed about this type of plant?
It looks wicked cool.
Why does it look so cool?
I don't know. But I like a spike.
Again, sorry?
Spike.
You like the spikes. So something that you noticed are the spikes. So you can put that in your scientific journal. So you can write notes that you like the spikes. And yes, you can see there's some small ones.
Probably
And there's
for
some
very
bigger ones.
weak, non-helpful self-defense.
Yeah, this is definitely for self-defense, and it could work. Yeah, it's a plant adaptation.
Like, how would it help?
Well, maybe it might deter a different animal from trying to chomp on it.
Like, the substance in it? Because, like, these are pretty easy to pick off. An ant could do it in a couple of days.
But maybe maybe it might scare an animal away just seeing the spikes. Maybe, maybe not.
Does it think it's a giant monster truck with spikes at the front and it's going to ram it over?
Possibly. So in your journal, you can write down, I like the spikes, because that's something you noticed. Yeah, so you have a section on
I
your
am pro
page.
scientist. Bullet notes.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Guess what? We have a friend all the way up in Leaf Rapids, Cheryl, who said congratulations on your award.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, and then do you have a question about this species here? What's a question that you have that you would like to find out about?
as the dandelion itself, maybe taller.
All right, write that down. Oh, you can really hear your sister having fun.
Yeah, what I ain't gonna take it a lot. Or maybe I'm just trying to play video games.
Maybe.
Okay.
So that's a couple of really important parts of your scientific journal that you are making. Stuff that you noticed, a question that you have that you want to find out the answer to, and you did a drawing with some labels. Well done. You ready for your next challenge? All right, here we go. I have...
School project thing.
It is not the school project thingy. It is this.
It's gonna be hard.
It is gonna be tough, isn't it?
That was so easy. You said it's gonna be easy, medium, and then hard.
This is the medium one. Or do you think this is the difficult one?
This is the difficult one. I can draw all that easy pieces.
Okay, how about you only draw the pieces that are on the paper? We can take off the end of the branch here. Actually, I can probably snap it. Let's see if I can snap it. Oh, no, I can't. Not with
$5
one. Ah! Oh, what's that? You owe me $5 now?
No, $5 if you didn't break it.
Okay, so can you try to break that off? I have a hard time doing it with one hand. And this is your medium drawing challenge.
All you have to do is crack it one way and then do it the other way.
Yes, which I couldn't do with one hand. So put the small piece, like the top end of the branch, on this paper.
No.
All right, there we go. So you can start your scientific journal on this branch. And any friends at home, you can also do a scientific journal on this branch or something that you have at home. Ooh, bless you.
Very.
All right. And do you know where I got this branch from, Simon? There's a tree right in front of our yard on the boulevard. It's a hairy tree, yeah.
That's his actual name. We named it Harry.
Yep. Why did we name the tree Harry?
Because it looked hairy with all the branches.
Yeah.
Like, there are a bunch of branches at the bottom.
Yep.
I was like, someone has hairy legs.
Yeah, so like a trunk normally doesn't have branches, but our tree has branches like, yeah, like a hairy leg.
Everywhere. So,
Okay, continue on your drawing here. While you're doing this, if there's anything you notice that you want to talk about and tell our friends, you sure can. All right, good stuff. So, what did you notice about this branch?
that it's going to hang off at the end.
Oh, yeah, there's a small bit of branch hanging off from the end. Let's see.
A bunch of random twigs on it.
Yeah, there's like twigs branching off of the main branch.
Okay, so there's a truck, and then there's a twig, and then there's a twig on the twig, and then there's a twig on the twig on the twig.
Oh my goodness.
There
All right, so what question does this bring up?
are so many twigs on twigs.
Okay, so you've noticed there's twigs on twigs.
Twig.
So that's part of your scientific journal, something that you notice. And then what's a question that you have now? she doesn't like Peppa Pig. She loves Peppa Pig.
That's my question.
Okay, what question do you have about this branch?
Why is there like a twig? Twig. Twig.
All right, so put that on your paper. That's your question. Why are there twigs on twigs on twigs? All right, and are you ready for one last mega challenge?
Are we gonna be doing the pot or the like wood thing?
The wood thing.
I thought we were doing the pot.
Do you want to do the pot? I'll let you choose.
I think that's-
No, you can choose one. Which one would you prefer? We've got two objects here.
Which one looks
Or
harder?
maybe we can have somebody in our audience decide. So we
Hey,
have
Hey, Amigo Bros, let's decide which one. Of
We
these
have
go.
a pot and there's sprouts in it that Simon is growing for school.
And there's also a dog barking.
Yeah, and we also have one of my very favorite objects ever. This is a tree cookie from Churchill. Yeah, and it's my favorite because you can see that the center is not in the center. Because in Churchill, trees protect themselves against the north wind, and so they grow on the south side. All right. So if anybody wants to choose which one Simon will do, if not, Simon, I'm going to let you choose. Well, if you want, Bond wants to be a part of this too.
Which one does he like first?
Okay, Bond, which one is it? We're going to let Bond choose here. Okay, which one, Bond?
Wait, I'm gonna protect this.
Okay, which one, Bond? Which one? That one? Oh, he clearly chose this one.
Wait, no, wait. Which one does he like first? Which one?
Which one? Oh, it's you. You're going to have to draw yourself. All right. How about we do this one because that one's a very special one from school. Oh, and look it. Yep. He's sniffing it. He likes this one.
Probably because it's like a plant that makes spices.
Although our audience has asked you to do the tree cookie. I guess we're going to do that. All right. Here is the tree cookie. A very special tree cookie all the way from Churchill. And start your journal, please. And folks at home, if you want to try journaling as well, go right ahead. A scientific journal.
Big fail.
Not a fail at all. Sketches?
Process.
Yeah, it's process. You told me something about the word fail. What does it stand for again? First?
Attempt in learning.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
First attempt in
Yeah.
learning.
All right, and remember when you're doing scientific journaling, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not an art contest. It's just so that you have notes and you take notice of what's around you. So Simon, we have an idea for next week. To go into the forest, take a notebook, and just start noticing stuff and creating a journal.
This is true.
Yeah. I like your drawing.
This is the cracks if you notice.
Yep, I see them.
Not the best, but
Doesn't have to be the best. We're starting to get a lot of rain here, and I bet it's going to be a thunderstorm. Oh.
yeah. Oh. Okay. So let me put this in center.
Yeah.
know a tree's age by how many rings it has.
That is true.
Really?
Yeah. And do you want to know why?
Why?
Because trees like to grow in the summer, and then in the winter they conserve energy. So you can even tell, I'm going to get something pointy here. I'm going to use the tree branch to talk about the tree. So when you look at tree rings, if you look at how wide one ring is, you can tell how much it grew that year. So this tree did not grow very much in one year. Every ring is very, very thin. And that's true of trees in Churchill. Trees that grow in warmer climates might have a ring, one ring might be that big, and then one ring might be that big, and that's how much it will grow in one season. So the dark parts of the ring are where the tree was in wintertime, and the light parts of the ring are the time of growth in the summertime.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's just the nature of how trees grow. So I can see your drawing. Can you bring it a little bit closer so I can show everyone? Very nice. You noticed a lot of detail there. All right. So what is one thing that you noticed about this tree cookie?
Said not even center.
Oh, yeah, it's got an uneven center. And do you know why?
Because the trees in Churchill are known as flag trees because like it grows in the opposite direction of the cold north wind.
That's right. So when you look at the tree cookie, can you tell me which side was the north side when it was growing as a tree? Can you tell me which side was the north side?
This side.
Yeah, which side was south?
This side.
Yeah, you got it.
So is the center towards here?
The center is towards the north because there's not much growth on the north side and there's more growth on the south side.
Can trees control their growth?
Well, this tree does. Yep. Yep.
Like can it like conserve its energy to another side to grow on that side?
That's exactly what it did. So it's got the same number of rings on the south side as it does on the north side, but look at the rings on the north side are so close together you can barely see them. And the rings on the south side are just slightly wider apart. All right.
That's what I would do if I was one of the trees in Churchill. So I would first start expanding on the north side so I could have more stability. Well, I would start at the bottom near the south side. Once like that part is like grown and good, I would grow the north side to protect against the wind, and then grow on the south side as well.
Awesome.
Because like if you grow near the bottom, it'll have more stability from tipping over because of the wind, and then once you shield the part where it's coming from, it could potential. Ow, we don't go. It could have more protection against the wind, so it'll split when it meets the tree.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a neat way. So if you could actively choose, that's what you would do.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have one question about this observation, about this tree cookie, or about tree cookies in general?
That they're not cookies.
No, they're tree cookies.
Yeah, they're not cookies that you can eat.
Nope. So do you have a question that you would put into your scientific journal about this?
Why don't they have chocolate chips in it? That's an unacceptable cookie.
Well, this one kind of looks like it does right there. An insect hole.
Ah. Okay. So, one of my questions is, why does there have these marks on
around on the bark. Well,
Probably
actually,
from chopping it off and like not always getting it in the same spot.
I actually know that answer.
Huh.
A lot of this is evidence of insects. Yeah, so an insect could have bored its way right through the bark right there. Yeah. All right, so
Well,
Simon,
it'd take a long time for sure.
definitely. It's not easy.
Yeah, it'd take like a couple of minutes for humans to do that because like we have tools
Mm-hmm.
and we're a lot bigger. But for an ant, that's actually pretty impressive to do over a few days.
I agree. It's impressive. All right, what's the challenge for this week?
The challenge for this week is to give me chocolate chip cookies. I'm just kidding. That's not the challenge. The challenge is to basically do what we just did, but with your own objects found in nature. Could be the same if you want, but yeah. So I guess that's the challenge.
So find something cool that you find interesting in nature and create a sketch of it. Start a scientific journal.
Adios, amigos. And guess what?
What?
I'm gonna go chocolate chip cookies. If you do not give me chocolate chip cookies, and then there's my full potential of Kitari. Adios, amigos.